Dancing with the Stars champion, Max. How are you, Max?
I'm very good.
Well,
Thank
it's
you.
great to have you. I'm a big fan of yours. The show was sad to see you go, but I know you had bigger and better things you wanted to move on to.
Yes, no, I mean, I couldn't have said it better. I was sad to go as well. There's there are a lot of beautiful things out there that I want to do, and the show was occupying a lot of my time, and rightfully so. It's a huge project. People don't realize because they only see us once a week, but
Right.
it's a 7 days a week job, 24/7 for 3 months, twice a year, and I've done it 14 times. So
Yeah. And you achieved your goal. You set out to win the Mirror Ball, and you and Meryl Davis, you won. I mean, the excitement in you when you spun her around, it was so obvious how happy you were. That just must have been like the perfect ending for you.
absolutely. I mean, I didn't predict that would be the ending. I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not, see it coming. I thought, well, I mean, when I got Meryl Davis, I felt that, that it's all on me
That was a
now
good
to
fit.
actually, yeah, to get it done. But when I came back that last season, I didn't come back to win. I just came back because of some other things that were in the works, and I was very content. I was okay with maybe never having to win Dancing with the Stars. The way it turned out was perfect, and I'm very
Yeah.
grateful to Meryl because she was the one who, who made it who made it happen.
Yeah, and I see that, and it is. I think that was it. If you had to leave, I think that you couldn't have asked for a better way, and for I think your fans to want that for you as well. So
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. Absolutely. I was going to say because our show is not. People don't. We forget sometimes that it's not a competition only. It's a popularity contest, as some say. But I
yeah,
actually think that it's amazing that somebody can through TV, through on the distance, pretty much affect the result. And then it's up to them. So essentially, I just kind of I give people something to vote for.
yeah,
That's what our job as professionals. So it wasn't, and that was the thing that was very difficult for me to understand on the show. When I got on it, I was just an athlete. I'm used to competing, and I'm used to um, the result to be up to me. And it took me a longer time than some of the other pros to understand that the
there was more
result.
at play. It wasn't just about
Yeah,
who was the best, but there was a combination of all of it: the personality, how good you were, and what you gave the audience.
absolutely. And my problem afterwards was that when I did realize that, I was like, okay, so how much of me do I get to keep, and how much of me do you get to see? And that was very important for me that I don't just say things that people want to hear. I don't just do things that people want to see, but I do things that and say things that represent me.
Yeah,
Because every time I was in front of the camera, I was also thinking that my mom is watching, my grandma's watching, my friends are watching. They
right.
know me. They wouldn't approve of me being anything other than the real Max. And
Right, and ultimately, that's what your fans want. I mean, they fall in love with you. That's what makes you unique is who you are. And
I don't know about
well,
that.
for better, some people, will be like waiting for the next thing. Some people, that's what they love that you're so honest about your feelings and you have that energy. And I just think that all of that makes you who you are, and that's where you're going to get your following, and that's why you get the people finally when you did win the Mirror Ball. It was the combination of not only your talent but that personality that people fell in love with.
Thank you, thank you. No, I mean, it's sweet of you to say. I feel like there's a core of fans that have been there from day one. I don't know why they picked me to like because when we all started the show, there were a lot of you know uh,
Yeah.
kind of like no names type of all of us were coming from this weird world of ballroom. Some of us had heavy accents, and we were from strange places. And so there's a group of people that kind of followed me from day one, and they were the ones who, grew into more and more people. When Meryl and I started the show, I feel like it gave them hope that that they
This
will
was gonna
also
happen.
win, because
Yep.
they stuck with me, and through thick and thin. So I was very grateful for that. I was happy that everybody on our team, quote unquote, have won as well. At season 9, what was it? Season
18 or something.
17 or
17.
18, yeah, season 18, my season 14. At this point, it wasn't me winning. It was, me and a bunch of people from all over the world that were voting for the last decade.
Yeah, who stuck by you, and
So
it
that
all
was,
came through for all of you.
absolutely. So
Yeah, and I
that
think
was
it's great.
that.
You talk about Meryl, and you knew that really went with her, even though you didn't know necessarily you're going to win, that she was definitely the one who could help take you there. And you continue that relationship in terms of now with your next project coming up, Sway, a dance trilogy, and she's going to be a part of that as well. And how that must really mean a lot to you to be able to sort of share that with her, continue to share that kind of relationship with her.
Well, I don't know what I did right to deserve a friend like Meryl, but I did my best to make her stay on the show as comfortable as possible, and she came off of 17-year pursuit for a gold medal, which she just got, and I was a huge fan, and I was a huge fan of her personality. We clicked in a very unlikely way because we're very different, and so for us to work together was very like people that put us together were watching us very cautiously, like, will this work? Because it doesn't seem like it should.
Well, those are usually the best things that do work, I think. I think when you have that kind of mix.
I think so too. I think that's what I did. It was kind of like against all odds type of thing. She helped me a lot. I helped her. We're both better people from this experience, and we realized it very, it was a very real realization. So, not to be friends with someone who you admire and who you had so much amazing things happen to. Because another thing that people don't understand is when you're submerged in the show, it seems like it's a lifetime. 3 months is not 3 months; it's a lifetime.
Right.
You are with that person the entire time. In my case, I get very protective, defensive of this person that I'm with. I try to make sure they don't make mistakes that I've made in the past, and that their stay on the show is as comfortable as possible, which in Mel's case was pretty much impossible to do because she was also traveling the entire season, and I was traveling with her. So at one point I was like, because they had this Stars and Nights tour parallel to Dancing with the Stars. Their final show was on Sunday of our final show as well. So there was literally no. I think we had like 2 weeks in the beginning. There was,
Wow. Well, you guys were destined to you had to either fall in love with each other or hate each other and basically kill each other by the end of it. So we're glad that you chose the other. We're glad you're both still living.
choice C, where we fell in love, but our way, and it wasn't.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Love. No, you're right, but it wasn't love according to what everybody wanted. Oh my God, I want them to have Maksim babies. This isn't. It's not. It doesn't work like that. And that's what people needed to understand too. And I think they did. And I think they kind of not forgave us for. Oh my God, I thought you guys were going to have the biggest wedding of reality TV season, but it wasn't that type of love. It wasn't possible for that type of love to be born on that show. We needed to, just be ourselves, but we were part of a project, and she's an athlete as well. She knows what this whole thing is about. We're both going after the same goal. In the process, we became really close friends.
Yeah.
And that translated to where we are now, where, anything she wants me to do, I'll do. Anything that I ask her to do, she's more than happy to, to be part of.
And I think that's really special, especially, I want to make sure we can get and talk about Sway, And so this
Yes.
is your next baby. And I want to let my listeners know that this is from December 17th to December 21st. So it's in New York. And first of all, tell me about where Sway came from and what it is.
Sway came from, we own, I started my dance studio business quite young, and since then, there's few of us that do it together. It's me, my father, Val and Tony are part of our partners in it, and we have another person, Jana, who's our partner as well. Sway was born because we have 6 studios and we have over 70 employees. The way we run our studios is they're very high-end, very high-caliber personnel. Not all my staff are highly trained dancers. Some of them were world-renowned dancers in the past, and now they make a living and they enter this other stage in their life. But this artistry never really goes away, and so for them not to feel sad having to teach people how to dance, 30, 40 hours a week, we wanted to give them something to do that was that was on the high stage in front of viewers, and and just enjoy themselves, have fun in a very well put together production. Well, what ended up happening is that we put together a stage show that was probably one of the best stage productions that I've been part of. And I've done 2 Broadway shows, I've done tours, I've done a lot of things. So for me to say, believe me, I didn't expect it. This was 6 months ago, and since then, and this was literally a week after the finale of the season that I did with Meryl. Well, Meryl couldn't be part of that one, but but
this
her parents flew in. Her parents flew
really?
In,
wow. Okay.
And while she was in Japan touring, her parents called after the show and said, "You missed out. You should have been doing this." And we gave ourselves about a month break, and then we came back and said, "Listen, why don't we put the show again in December? It's a holiday season." And so here we are. So we're putting on 7 or 8 shows, 17th through 21st. We have a theater outside of New York City on Long Island, which is about 25 minutes away drive, but it's beautiful, very full of character type of theater in a very small town of Westbury. And it's amazing to see how the entire town is just, comes alive because we come through. And, last time we were there just for one day for 2 shows, and I think Pizzeria on the corner made more business than it did in a year.
Oh, that's great. They love you there then, I'm sure.
Well, we're excited about these things. I just want everybody around to benefit from everything that we do. We have an amazing cast because when we did that show last time, some of my friends were there, like Autumn, who just had his first season on Dancing with the Stars, like Henry, who is also a staple on our show, and a phenomenal dancers, both of them. So we have those 2. We have Peter, we have Shauna, Jenna. Zendaya is dancing with Val again.
And that's on the December 21st, right? The last day, that Sunday.
On the 21st, because that's the only day that she could do, and she literally flies in and out. Meryl can only do Wednesday the 17th.
Well, I think that's really good bookends there for you. Starting off strong and ending strong.
But the crazy part is that she flies in on Wednesday morning, goes straight into the theater. We do 2 shows, and we fly her out on Thursday at 6 in the morning to fly to the next destination. So she squeezed it in against better judgment.
Well, that's a good friend. That definitely shows the power of your friendship.
She's amazing, and and that's what makes the show incredible. And I've said it many times in the past. This is the first time that you're probably going to see a cast that has more fun than the audience in the theater. And last time, audience were coming out saying this was one of the most incredible things they've seen. The energy on the stage is so amazing.
I saw little clips of it, and it really is. It's powerful. It's fun. So it's if you're in the New York area, I think you guys, listeners, definitely need to check out this show. And hopefully maybe we'll turn it in. We'll see more of these because it really, I can see that happening. You know, it's really fun. That's what it is. And it's just a nice mix.
This is the thing with us is that we never really plan, to be honest, on being, on being, in this case, we never thought that we were going to be producing, theater shows. This is something that we did for ourselves. It just happened to be so amazing. We're like, well, we can't not show it to more people. You know what I mean? So This was born. I'm not planning on becoming a producer of these kind of things. If there is a tour in the works, maybe it probably would involve other people who do it better than us, who do tours, and we'll just, provide the content. But my point is, everything that I do has always been passion project.
Yeah.
And that's my, plus and minus at the same time, because passionate people are very hard to understand all the time. You're not going to understand why there's so much energy coming out of this guy. Why can't he just calm down and calmly say certain things or whatever? Because everything's involves passion, and this is what Sway is about.
And I think that really comes through. And I think that's why people love you, Max. And I do want to let everyone know, unfortunately, I could just keep listening, but I do want to tell everyone, because I want to make sure everyone knows how to go to Sway. It's called Sway, a Dance Trilogy. And that is, you just go to their website. It's www.swayshow.com. And again, it's December 17th through the 21st. The 17th is with Meryl Davis. The 21st is with Zendaya. And just go to their website. You'll find out lots more about it. And of course, Max is there. And we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but Max also has launched a jewelry line called Cantamessa Man. And you can find out more about that jewelry. It's amazing. I've had a chance to look at it, especially the rings. I love them. They're just all inspired by Max. So you can imagine what they're looking like. And go to their website, and that's www.cantamessaman.com. And that's CANTAMESSA man.com. And Max, thank you so much. I know you're a really busy guy. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you all the listeners. And I'm going to go rehearse with Meryl, who's actually in New York right now.
Yes, I saw that on your tweet there. The tweet. So have fun with Meryl, and good luck with Sway and your jewelry line and everything. We're looking forward to seeing lots more things from you. So thanks, Max.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, and everyone, again, you're listening to WRNW1.com, and that's it for me today on Open Forum, but we'll be back tomorrow, so I hope you'll stay with us. Bye.